Hey guys, this is Victoria Masters, and welcome to Wellness Warrior Workshop Wednesday. I'm here with my co-host, Mr. Zach Miller. He is also a Gold Executive, and we're going to talk today about getting the party started. And no, I'm not just talking about hosting the best party in your town, but I'm talking about hosting a life-changing event and getting your community excited. So first off, I just want to say welcome and thanks for viewing this. And I want to bring on Zach, because Zach, he does something extra special and extra duplicatable that we have here available at Essante. Zach, can you tell us a little bit more about what you do and what kind of local events you hold?
Sure, thanks, Victoria. Yeah, what I do is I do a local meeting, and I do it once a week, and I pick a day, and that day can be any day you want. I prefer either Monday or Tuesday, and here's the reason why. You know, I started thinking why corporate wanted it Tuesday and Monday versus Thursday or Friday, and here's the reason why. Number one, Tuesday is obviously one of the days of the week where you're already started into the week. You know, you kind of know your routine, so you're able to have some free time. Towards the end of the week, you're gearing up for, you know, the weekend, and your attendance won't be as high. But here's the other beautiful thing about scheduling a Monday and a Tuesday to have your local meeting or even a party is, let's say you have 10 people that come to your local meeting or a party that you're having, a hotspot party. And you have 5 people join, and your event is on Tuesday. Well, the beautiful thing about that is on Wednesday, now you're able to wake up and have 2 days of a depth charge. Now, if you don't know what a depth charge is, you're definitely going to want to go to gogreengetpaid.com/training, because a depth charge is honestly the only way I grow my business. And it allows your business to have huge leaps and gains in the matter of a 7-day period. So if you hold your event in the beginning of the week, you're able to depth charge anybody that comes in. And what I mean by depth charge, real short, is you basically take those people and you leverage them to get other people off the fence or other people involved. And you can depth charge your left or your right side. And if you have a team and you're on a power leg, obviously you can depth charge with that team. If you're on a pay leg, obviously you can depth charge with that team as well. So it doesn't really matter where you're at, but you always want to depth charge. Definitely go and check out that training. You will be wowed off your seat. I know I was when I first listened to it, and I've only depth charged since I started till now, and I will continue to do it the rest of the time. So hold your event at the beginning of the week, and what you'll do is you'll invite people. And there's multiple ways you can invite people. You can invite with flyers, handouts, drop cards. If you're not familiar with what drop cards are, go and Google it. There's multiple different drop cards out there that you drop them and people will pick them up. You can do it through personal invitation, or you can also do it through the ad scripts and guidelines book. Now, if you haven't gotten your ad scripts and guidelines book, make sure you're on 100 points. And what you're going to want to do is go to the training and learn how to get that. This book right here, this book is gold. It is absolutely gold. It's one of the best systems I've ever been involved with in my network marketing career. It hasn't been that long. But this book right here is going to teach you how to do the ad scripts and guidelines. It's going to teach you how to become a local presenter. It's going to teach you how to do it's going to teach you how to do everything. But the purpose of this book is it'll walk you through how to be a presenter. So if you're nervous and you haven't done it for the first time, everything's in here. It literally walks you through step by step. So what I do is I use majority of my time as the ad scripts and guidelines book. I advertise locally in classified ads, and I had people call into my 1-800 number. I then invite them to come to a local meeting, which I am presenting at live, and I'm going to urge you to do it live. Live works 1,000 times better than over the phone, especially with a cold lead, because a cold lead doesn't know you. And to get a know, like, and trust factor on the phone, you might not be able to get that your first time around. So I highly, highly recommend that you meet with them locally, live. I wouldn't recommend doing it at your house because you don't know these people and you don't want to invite them into your home. So you can obviously go and find a hotel, anywhere basically that you could have a lobby or an area that's quiet that you can present at. I choose hotels just because, number one, they have a huge lobby. I try to pick the nicest hotel in my city to bring them to, because ultimately, first impressions are what sell people and really get people open to the idea of what we're doing. So pick a hotel, pick somewhere quiet, but you'll want to invite these people. And anytime I hand out a flyer or a drop card, or I pass somebody information and I chat with them a little bit, I always give them my 1-800 number. That way they can call in and they can come through the system, and I know that they're interested. If we get into a good conversation, I'll invite them directly there. I'll give them the address. I'll get their phone number. Always get their information. Never give them your information. Never assume they're going to get back to you. Just assume that they won't. Always get their information. That way you can follow up with them. And once you get people to come to your event, it's really simple. Obviously, the first step is you want to dress very nice. You want to dress, shirt and tie, obviously a coat. Now, I don't have a coat on because it's about 90 degrees, the second floor of my house today. So I didn't want to be all sweaty and comb your hair, shave, look as best as you can. Like I said, first impressions will create and set the milestone for this company. And we work for one of the best companies on planet Earth. Toxic, chemical-free, charging the way. So you want to represent Essante in the best possible light you can. So dress to impress. Men, suits, ties, cufflinks, jewelry, nice watches. Women, obviously business suit, business attire, really deck to the nines. The second thing you want to do is, obviously, you want to have your checklist. You want to have a checklist of everything that you need, because you don't want to forget anything. So obviously the first thing you want to take is pen and paper. The second thing you want to take is brochures. Make sure you have enough brochures with your information on the back. That way, for anybody that's not interested right now, they're on the fence, you can give them this to go home, go to your corporate site, flip through it, look at the prices. Ultimately, you want to get their information. That way you can follow up. You want to take business cards with you with your information. Be professional. Obviously, take samples and your products. Take as many products as you can. Display them out so that people can see them, they can touch them, smell them, taste them, whatever they need to do to kind of get over the edge. Also, you want to take enrollment forms. So what I do is I have all these different folders right here, and I label them all. I have enrollment forms. I have compensation plan, one sheet compensation plan forms, blank paper. Next thing you want to do is, obviously, you want to take your ad scripts and guidelines book. That way you can show people, flip through it, let them know that it's real. You also want to take your lead folder with all of your leads in. Another thing that I do, and I'll go through it shortly, is you want to show your 1-800 messages on your phone. That's very powerful. So once you have your checklist and you have everything that you need, you're obviously ready to go. You set up your event, and it's going to be anywhere that you can do it for free. And that's what I really loved about when I read the Ad Scripts and Guidelines book. And Angie's an absolute genius. JJ, Michael, all of corporate, man. As I've gotten to know them, they are just phenomenal. I mean, some of the smartest people I've ever met. And you can do this for free. You don't have to rent a room. You don't have to pay for a space. This is something you can start out doing free in a lobby of a hotel, and get your group going. Get your team members coming and bringing people in. And when you need to expand into a room, that's when you can do it. And what I recommend to people is, as your team grows locally, let your team know that, hey, you want to move into a professional room and have soft drinks and water and have some samples there. And obviously that costs money. So, talk to your team about having a donation pool for you to, move into a bigger room to really expand your team and their team. And it's in everyone's best interest. But ultimately, start out free, go into the lobby, and what you're going to do is you're going to meet people at the door. And you're going to be standing there. They'll come in. They'll ask, hey, is this, Essante Organics, organic company, whatever your company name is. And you're going to say, yeah, and you're going to pull everybody there. And you're going to start promptly, whatever time that is, 6 o'clock, 7 o'clock, you're going to start promptly. And what you're going to do is let the receptionist know at the front desk before, about 5-10 minutes before you start waiting for people to come in. Let them know if anybody comes late after 7 o'clock, 6 o'clock when you start, to take their name down and their phone number, and that someone will get back to them to reschedule. Because you want to start, you know, people that show up on time, you know, you want to value their time. And you want to show them that, you know, we are real. We are ready to handle business. And 6 to 7 o'clock, we're starting. No ifs, ands, or buts. So when you start, you're obviously going to want to introduce yourself. You're going to want to let them know that you're the top regional executive. Now, you could be just a simple executive, but you are the top regional executive. Because right now with Essante, even though it started in 2009, we're really at our infancy stage. So pretty much anybody that starts a local meeting in their area, they're the top regional executive. I mean, right now, states are open for you to claim them. So you are the top regional executive. You know, let them know that, you know, they're here to see a presentation and that, you know, ultimately they need to be the decision maker. And if they're not the decision maker, you know, to come back with their partner, business partner, husband, wife. That way they can make an educated decision together. So have them raise their hands, make sure that they are the decision makers. Anyone that's not, obviously take their name and number and have them reschedule for next week and bring that person with them. And then you want to let them know that, hey, you know what, you're gonna share this information. Any questions that are to be asked, definitely hold them to the end. And what you're going to do is give them an outline. Obviously, you're going to start with them 3 minutes, talking about their name, their job, what their dream job is. Then you're going to go into, obviously, you're going to share your background, you're going to do the overview, and then they're going to make a decision. And you want to let them know this format up front. That way they know the structure and that they know a decision is coming. So obviously the 3 minutes that they're going to take is going to be ask them for their name, their job, and what their dream job is, and just go around the circle from left to right. Obviously, you're going to ask them their name, so as they write their name, you're going to have your pen and paper, and you're going to be writing their name down so that you can call them by their name every single time. After that, you're going to tell them your background. You're going to say, you know, hey, my name's Zach Miller. I'm the top regional executive here at Essante Organics. I'm a gold executive with Essante, and the reason I got started with Essante was my kids. You know, I have a 3-year-old now and a 10-month-old, and when I found out what I was putting them in at bath time and what I was smothering all over them when they had dry skin, or what I was giving them spa-wise or shampoo, conditioner, you know, ultimately what I found out was not good. It was filled with chemicals and toxins, and ultimately, you know, I want them to grow up as healthy as they possibly can. I don't want them to have sterile issues or any type of issues later in life, and I want to limit their exposures to chemical. And that's why I got started, because Essante had that. And that's what I was looking for, and I couldn't be happier. So that's what you're going to share. Whatever your background is what your background is. Then you're going to show the overview. So you're either going to take your iPad on a wireless connection and just plug and play, sit it in front of them, let them watch it. iPad's good too because you're able to sign people up right away, as well as the form. And you're going to want to have your spiral-bound slideshow. That way, if your iPad and you have technical difficulties, like we did today for this Hangout, you're going to want to have this slideshow so that you can do old school and do your flip-through chart and go through. That way you're prepared. After that, what you're going to do is you're going to show them your ad scripts and guidelines book and pass it around. Let them touch it. Let them feel it. Let them flip through it. Let them smell it. And after that, you're going to show them your lead book. And you can show them all the leads that you have in your lead book. Also, your phone. What you can do is, my phone actually has my 1-800 numbers come directly to it. Let me log on real quick and I'll show you exactly what I'm talking about. So you open up your email, and what you'll do is you'll just show. Right there I have a 1-800 number. And if I scroll down, there's another one, and there's another one, and another one, and another one, and another one, and so on and so forth. And just show them the leads that you're getting in. I mean, you can even play one if you wanted to. That way they can really see it. But you want to show them. You want to show them how real, how tangible this business is, and how successful they can be. And then ultimately, after all of that, you want to hand out enrollment forms. You want to hold it up, and you want to pass them out to every single person. And once you've passed it out to every single person, you're just going to sit back and you're just going to zip it. www.zip it. And the reason you're going to zip it is whoever talks first loses. So you just hand them the form and assume that they're going to sign up. You always assume everyone is going to sign up. You never ask. Always assume. And what you can do is once you hand them the form, you can go through your 8-question close. And obviously the last line, the 8th question, you want to leave out. So you hand them the form and you go through the 8-question close. And you know, hey Sally, what did you like best? And then you write down on your piece of paper under that lead what they like best. You're always keeping notes as you're going through this. Anything they say, you're keeping notes. Hey Jim, what did you like best? And go through a couple and literally go through. Hey, Randy, you know, how much time do you have during the week to devote to a business like this? And walk them through the process. When you get to the end, obviously you're not going to ask them if they see if this is for them or not. You're just going to sit back and you're going to relax and you're going to let them do the work and you're going to assume that they're going to sign up. Anybody that has a question, always go to them, crouch down real close to them, and be as close as you can. That way they're not yelling anything out. Anybody that doesn't see the vision and is not interested in getting started, obviously thank them for their time and walk them to the door and wish them well. Ultimately, that's the way you run a local business meeting. It's very simple, it's very structured, and everything is laid out right here. It is very, very simple. Ultimately, all you got to do is do it. And I'll give you some insight. You know, I was absolutely terrified the first time I ever did a local business meeting. Absolutely terrified. I get terrified with anything new. I get terrified. I get butterflies in my stomach. But I'll tell you what, after I did my first one, I was so excited. I literally called my sponsor and said, I am going to blow this out of the park with local meetings. I see the vision. So let me give you the vision of how powerful a local business meeting is. Now, we have the luxury to jump online, but when you think back pre-internet, every single network marketing company grew their business in local meetings, home parties, events. You know, we have the luxury to jump online and reach a global demographic, which is great. I definitely recommend you do that. You want to have multiple strategies going at once to generate as many leads as you can because it's all about exposures. But let me give you the vision of how powerful a local business meeting is, okay? Let's say you invite 60 people. And out of those 60 people, 10 show up or 12 show up. And out of those 10 or 12, 2 get it. Let's just say 2, minimum. 2 get it, and they jump right in. Next week rolls around. You invite 60. Each of those 2 people, let's say they only invite 10, okay? So you have 80 people now at your event. 80 new bodies. And out of those 80, let's say only 25 show up. And out of 25, let's say 4 get it, okay? Now you have 6 new team members. The following week after that, let's say your numbers drop just a little bit, and you invite, say, 10 people. And all the other 4 people invite 10 people. Now you've dropped a little bit, and you have 50 people, right, that actually show up. You have all 50 people show up. And out of those 50, 10 people get it. Now you have 16 on your team. And I can keep going on and on and on. And it gets really, really exciting as your team grows. And what's great about this is anybody on your team can simply peak, point, and pass. And that's what I teach my team. Peak, point, pass. You pique their interest, whether that's your APR, your form, a flyer, anything. You know, you pique their interest, a testimonial, and then you point them to your local business meeting. You bring them down to the business meeting. And then you pass them off to the top executive like myself or whoever is running that local meeting. Anybody can duplicate that. Anybody can duplicate that. That is so simple and so powerful. And if you just do that simple everyday action and build your team will explode in months, not years, months. The last thing I want to leave you with, and I forgot to talk about this, and I do apologize, is obviously at the end, anybody that's joined, you want to congratulate them. You want to give them I have it right here. It's a getting started right, your one sheet form, get it started right. And on there you want to write, obviously, the online training version of that. And you want to schedule their first step training right away. You want to set down a time to when they can go on, watch the Getting Started Right training on gogreengetpaid.com/training. And you want to do that within 48 hours. You want to get them started the right way. And then after that, you want to set, further trainings to really help them get people down to the meeting. And for anybody that didn't fill out the form but is still interested, you want to pick up products. You want to talk to them about the products and give them testimonials of your own. Testimonials, stories sell and facts tell. I'm real heavy in testimonials. I feel testimonials will really give someone insight to our products, and maybe I can even relate to them. And if you don't have testimonials of your own, we have Testimonial Tuesday. There are tons of testimonials about products. Write a few down. But ultimately, you want to come up with your own testimonials. So definitely talk about testimonials after the forms have been collected. Set up scheduling for those that have enrolled, trainings for those that are enrolled to really get them plugged in. And for all the other ones, talk about products. See what they're interested in. Try to relate to them as much as possible. And you know what? Before you know it, you might be able to sign them up. And get any phone numbers you can. As you write down their name, try to get everyone's phone number as you can. Thank them for coming to the meeting, and ultimately let them know, hey, would it be okay with you if I followed up with you in 3 months from now, just to let you know how I'm doing? Because you never know where someone's going to be at 3 months from now, 6 months from now, a year from now, and fortune's made in the follow-up. Victoria, that's all I got. Back to you.
That's all you got? That was amazing. Oh, my goodness. Thank you so much. You guys, anything that's going to come forth after everything Zach just talked about, it's not even half as big a deal, because this is where the millions are made. This is where the leaders are birthed. That is where everything, your confidence can shoot out the roof. And I'm just amazed. I feel now better equipped, because there's a lot of things that I wasn't necessarily doing. And it's so easy when you put it that way, and you just follow the steps and follow the guidelines. So thank you so much, Zach. I will just touch briefly on local events as far as your team goes, because of course, building your business and building a foundation is absolutely important, because that's the heartbeat of your money, of your bank account. It's bringing in the people and showing our products and helping to change lives. But we here at Essante, we do things so differently, and we have something so unique, and that's our community. We have this saying that goes, we put the unity in community. And if you've ever been around a group of more than 2 Essante reps at a time, you'll know that's absolutely true. I just wanted to reiterate kind of what my local team meetings are like. And the good thing about holding meetings for people who are already signed up with you, whether they're wholesale members, retail customers, or of course your active builders, is it just grows. It grows your team in so many ways, because they begin to trust you. You begin to trust them. You're able to see on a deeper level what they're good at, and help bring out their confidence and have them train. And it ends up being this amazing, amazing community aspect. So number 1, I always suggest dress sharp. Just as Zach said, it's the same principle. You want to look nice. You want to present yourself as a leader. So even if this is, 4 of your warm and hot market is what your team is made up of, you still want to take the leadership role. You want to make sure that you have on a blazer and nice shoes, and you are dressed up as much as you can be. And also, as Zach said, we want to be early, and we want to start on time. You don't want to reward people for being late and thank them for coming, but you don't have to wait for anyone to get started. You also, kind of something I've done, and I've noticed it's kind of fun, is to appoint a greeter. I usually call my friend Cody Fontenot over, and he will get here about an hour, 30 minutes earlier, and anyone who comes through the door, I have him greet everyone. I'm usually hosting the event, so I have him greet everybody and just say, introduce themselves, and so it's not that awkward air time. Outside of if you're going to share any kind of business forms or anything like that, I always share tidbits about our community. And what I mean by that is I'll usually share a funny story from the Great Green event or something exciting that happened on a presenters board meeting, or just something so they can see that this is tangible, that if they want a leadership role or they want to travel to Arizona twice a year, or they want to build an organization and have their name be all over the corporate website, then that can happen, and it's not a difficult thing. It's just a decision that you have to make, and you have to act on the decision. I'll usually share the story of going on our CEO's speedboat on my very first Great Green event, or I'll even share this last one when I knocked his tooth out. So there's lots of things that always go on, and it's just a fun way to break the ice and show people that this is a real company, this is the real deal. Even mothers and fathers who work 13 hours a day, that there is a different way, and just with a little bit of work and a whole lot of passion, we can get there. Again, we'll have some fun at my team events. We'll maybe make a shake and pass it around, and pass out samples of a product, a new product that maybe they don't have. I'll put out some essential oils so they can sniff them and get their hands and touch and feel and just live the Essante way, because for me and for my active members, we live Essante. Outside of forming camaraderie, which is exactly what we're doing as we gather together, I will always leave them with 10 minutes to 20-minute short training. I usually will train on something like the back office and just show them how to go through and navigate the back office. Maybe I'll show them how to do a YouTube video, or how to utilize PicMonkey, or any of the other little simple training that we can gather together and do as a team, because it's always important to always keep growing in our gifts that we have, and of course, if we're not necessarily gifted in one aspect, whether it's technical issues like it's for me, or live speaking events, that we can grow together. And I think once you guys watching this can practice what Zach said and then put into effect what I'm saying, then that is literally magic will happen. Your team is going to explode. You guys will be closer than ever, and it's just going to be a beautiful sight. And that's all I had to say for tonight. Zach, is there anything you wanted to add?
Yeah, ultimately, have fun. I mean, this is fun. We're having fun. It's not a job. It's not really a career. It'll turn into a career, but it's something fun. I mean, have fun with it. There's nothing wrong that you can do. I remember a mentor back in the day once told me, fail forward. Continue to fail forward. But if you don't fail forward and you don't take action, nothing will ever happen. Always just go and do it. Figure it out, and as you go and do it, you'll figure out what works. The great thing about Essante is they've written a roadmap for you. They've made it super simple. All you got to do is go out and just do it and have fun. If you're having fun, everyone around you will be having fun. There's no doubt about that. And that's pretty much it, Victoria.
Absolutely. Well, thanks, guys, for tuning in. And if you're watching the recording, thank you for your patience during our technical difficulties. And goodbye for now.